from Affordable Locksmith and also Redneck Garage if you're on my channel here. Today I did a video on the new key machine that I purchased, the Triton from American Key Supply. I am completely underwhelmed with this machine. First of all, the first one they sent me, the touchscreen didn't work, so they had to send me another one, and they were real good about that. American Key Supply was good about that. However, the key machine, the way that it works and the software that's on it is some Chinese junk, and I'm trying to tell you and warn you before you spend almost $4,500 like I spent on this machine, either A, spend a little bit more or spend a lot less and get a machine that actually works a lot better than this one did. Let's take a look at it. Now this is the new Triton key machine, and they say it's from Lock Labs in Las Vegas. Yeah, from Las Vegas, and actually it's just a rebranded Alpha machine from China, which is okay. I mean, most of the machines are made in China now. But I purchased it, and one of the main reasons I purchased it is because I've been using my old key machine to do engraving. I had one that did engraving, so I was trying to buy one that would actually upgrade my engraving, a little bit nicer machine, a little bit bigger, more expensive, different jaw, all that kind of garbage. So this is the one that I ended up with. So the second machine they sent me actually did work as far as like the touchpad worked. This is the machine that they received, and like I said, the reason I bought this was for the key marking aspect of it. Now I was really disappointed with the software because that's the problem with it. You can see that the size is too small. It goes from 0 to 1.5. Well, what if you have a big key? Oh, you can move it over, but you can't make the letters any bigger. Right? The letters don't get any bigger. You can just move them on the key, which really doesn't do you any good. This should be over at least 2 to 2.5 because the jaw itself goes all the way to 3. So if you had a really big headed key and you wanted to engrave on it, you can't do that because this limits you to 0 to 1.5. So the engraving function is a complete waste of time and a total disappointment as far as that goes. As far as the keys go, it actually did pretty good. I cut a key for a Ford Escape on it yesterday, and it cut flawlessly on that. So cutting keys is great. Have no problem with that. It'll do dimple keys, tubular keys. In addition, it'll do the Tibby keys if you get some old Fords or Jaguars. I didn't even buy that jaw, but I did buy the regular jaws and everything else. So as far as the key cutting goes, it's all self-contained. It is supposedly software updates you're supposed to be checking, and I don't have any. This says you have no new version, so that kind of gives you a clue that it's made in China. However, as far as like the engraving part, which is the reason I bought this machine, it is terrible. Let's take a look at that. Okay, so what we're going to do now is engrave 2 simple lines of text on this key blank. It's a standard quick set. As big as I can make it on this key because of the box, which constrains the size of it, and we're going to see how long it takes it. I'm going to hit cut, and then I'm going to hit start. Roughly 5 minutes and 16 seconds to engrave 20 letters. 20 letters. And here it is, and it's not even big enough. I can't even go from edge to edge on a quick set key blank because of the box that we talked about. Here's my old machine, which is the SEC9, which is the one that I was replacing with the new Triton. Now, I found out later that the HK, or Hunan Kuai Electronics, is the same company that makes the new one. This one's buggy as far as the engraving goes. Let's see how long it takes to engrave the same thing, but actually larger. about 1:20. So on the left hand side, that's my old machine. You can see I got it adjusted edge to edge. You can make it a little bit smaller. On the right, that is as large as you can get it, and that is very disappointing. This is a little X-Horse machine I bought. I think it was like $1,800. Hooks up to your phone. It's a Dolphin. It works as well cutting keys as the Triton did. So why in the world would I buy the Triton over this unless it could do engraving? That's my question. So you may ask yourself, why do you need engraving at all? Well, first of all, you can take generic keys like those Kwiksets and put your name and number on it rather than stamping them. It looks a lot more professional. I've really loved that aspect of my old SEC9, right? The second reason is if you're doing like a master key system or something like that where you're making a bunch of different keys and you have to label them, it works great. Just think about this though. Let's say you're out at a customer and he says, I need 15 of this key, 12 of this key, and 9 of this key, and I want them all labeled. Over 5 minutes a key to get them labeled. How long do you think that job's going to take you to get, 25 keys labeled or 30 keys labeled? There's no way you could do it with that machine. So am I going to spend $4,500 on a machine that takes 5.5 minutes to engrave one key and the software can't even go to the edge to edge? I don't think so. So I'm going to be contacting American Key Supply tomorrow to return this fine piece of Chinese engineering on the key machine, and I'm going to look for a different one. Not a lot of them will do engraving. The old SEC9s, the first ones they came out with, actually would. Then the second and third, they went to a Windows-based tablet, and it wouldn't work either. So the Triton key machine, in my opinion, from playing with it for just a little bit, it was very close to being a great machine, except the software is so crappy, it's not worth the $4,500 to keep it. So I'm going to let you know later what American Key Supply says, if there's some kind of fix for it, which there's not. They'll say, oh, there's updates coming up. Yeah, I'd never believe that. I'm going to talk about sending this thing back tomorrow. As far as like all our other videos, keep watching because we got a lot of stuff coming up. It's starting to get warmer. We're going to be working on the vehicles. I appreciate you watching. This is more of a locksmith video. I'm David from Redneck Garage. Keep turning wrenches.